Hey guys, hope you're doing well. I thought I would jump on here to do a quick Q&A. We are about to go away for this coming weekend. We're going to go out to the country and visit our new block, which is really exciting, but it means there's probably going to be about 5 days or so where there's no videos. So I thought I would film a Q&A, bring you up to speed on some of the questions that you've got, and then next week I'll have some more videos to share about our trip away and taking the Model 3 on its first sort of big road trip, which is exciting. So let's get stuck into it. So the first question has come up a couple of times on my channel, and it's in regards to the big glass roof that the Tesla Model 3 features. And a lot of people are wondering whether in the heat of summer, the car becomes really hot and uncomfortable because of that glass roof. So to answer the question simply, no, we haven't noticed that it gets really hot. However, there's some interesting things to be aware of. So when your car is sitting out in the sun, it does take a while to cool the car back down again. We haven't really had any extra hot days here in Melbourne yet since we've owned the car. A few things we've noticed though is that the back touchscreen gets really hot in the sun, which is kind of concerning, but I guess it must be fine. We've started to use a lot more of those features in the app where you can remotely vent the windows, you can turn on the aircon. Like just yesterday, we went for a walk and the car was in the sun for about 20 minutes and we just left the aircon on. So when we got back in, it was still 19 degrees. There's also a really good feature, which is overheat cabin protection or something like that, where as soon as the car gets to a certain temperature, the aircon will automatically cool it back down again. So let's say, for example, it's parked out in the sun all day and the car reaches 40 degrees inside, the car will automatically start to cool it down again, and you can toggle that in the settings. But when you are driving around and the sun is shining through onto you through that big panoramic sunroof, yes, you can feel it a little bit. I mean, it's nice. I feel like it's worth it. But what I'll do is link an amazing video that Tesla has done all about the production of their glass and how it's UV protected and all of these amazing things. So I'll link that below in the description. The next question is, what other shares do I currently own? Obviously, Tesla is my biggest holding, and as you know, has been performing amazingly well. We're up almost 98% since I started investing in June, which is just like insane. But the other companies are Apple, Beyond Meat, Oatly, Squarespace, Google, Amazon, and Square. So yeah, overall, Apple's doing well, Google's doing well. These things normally take time. I just got really lucky with Tesla. Are you still going to sell your Model 3? Well, given how well the Tesla shares are going, I'm feeling like I might not need to sell it anymore. We will see, but I've paid off more than half the car at this stage, which is insane. So yeah, very exciting. A few people have asked if you need to buy an additional wall charger, which Tesla do sell in Australia for about $800. It is out of stock at the moment and has been for quite some time, but that's essentially like what we would call a destination charger, right? So it's going to charge your car a lot faster. I personally don't think that you need something like that at home, because just using the cable that Tesla provide, using a normal standard power point, yes, it takes a long time to charge, but what you'll quickly find is that you're just often topping up. When you do road trips, you're using the charging network, and when you come back home, you're leaving the car in the garage overnight anyway. So typically from like a low percentage to a 80%, so like 20% to 80%, it might take you like 19 hours to get there using the normal PowerPoint, but it's not once been a concern for us. I would advise people to start charging their cars that way, and then if you wanted to get yourself a wall charger at a later stage, then sure, you can obviously do 3-phase power and things like that, but definitely start by just charging it the normal way and see how you go. And then the next question is, how much of a pain are road trips? And I think this is a massive misconception with Teslas or any electric cars. You know, people have this fear of needing to go on a road trip and running out of battery power, but the charging network is there and it's amazing, especially with Teslas. The superchargers will charge up your car in no time. So when we do like a 3.5-hour trip to the countryside where some of my family is, we stop once for about 15 minutes and that's all we need to worry about. I mean, technically our car can make it the whole way, but we just don't want to push it, like we don't want to get below that 10% battery. So Yeah, it's easy. I mean, sure, if we were to drive to the top of Australia, then we'd have to really, really plan it. But I think overall, it's a massive fear that people have, and they don't need to. It's actually so much better than stopping at petrol stations. So, yeah. Next question is, do the white seats stain? No, they seem to be really easy to clean. We haven't had any instances where we've like spilt a heap of stuff on the seats. We have found that like if you're wearing blue jeans, the blue can sometimes wear off on the seat, but it wipes right off. And I almost feel like because it is that vegan leather, that synthetic material, it's easier to clean. So we've had absolutely no issues. It's been the best decision, we think, to get the white interior because it just makes the car feel so clean, feels like a spaceship inside. So we love the white seats, absolutely wouldn't change it, and we haven't had any issues with cleaning them. Do I own Bitcoin? As you probably know from my previous videos on crypto, I do have cryptocurrency, but I don't actually have any Bitcoin. I often like to pick some of the coins that are up and coming. I feel like there's a better gain there, but that being said, if you'd held Bitcoin for like the past year, then you're doing very well. So personally, I don't have any Bitcoin at this stage, but I do love the crypto space. Last question is, what is the Tesla service like? Interestingly, JB and Ind, which is another YouTube channel that we love, just did a recent video on them getting a flat tire and calling Tesla and going through that process. So I'll link that below as well. It's really interesting to sort of hear how that goes. We've had one experience with Tesla service, and that was regarding when we got my car, the dash cam was just not recording anything for the first couple of months. And I got onto Tesla and I said, I've tried everything on the troubleshooting. What else can I try? And they were great, really responsive, really friendly. They called me a couple of times, they followed up. Essentially what had happened is Tesla hadn't marked my car in their internal systems as delivered. And so the dash cam wasn't actually working for that reason. And so the service guy instantly just flicked it over to being delivered, and my dash cam worked right away. So that was pretty cool, really good experience. And from what I've heard, Tesla's been really good. So yeah, that about sums up all the questions you guys had over the past couple of weeks. And after our little road trip this weekend, I will be sure to upload some videos on how that went. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Talk to you guys soon.